Alright, I saw somebody else doing this and decided I, might want to do this myself. If for nothing else, just so I can record for myself what I did this year. Um, I might have a slight problem with buying like lots and lots of seeds. Um, Most of them came from Baker Creek. Some of them I found, actually I found some of them at Walmart. Some of them I had left over from a year or two ago. This whole stack over here are things that I can plant inside. This whole stack over here is stuff that has to be planted outside, so I've kind of broken them up according to that just to keep it easier for myself. We've got 3 kinds of onions, red, yellow, white. I did 1 giant leek, because we use leeks a lot here. I've got, I think, 3 kinds of broccoli. There's a green sprouting, rapinis grown for its stalks. Purple sprouting is a really pretty one that comes up a little faster. The green sprouting is supposed to be like a typical broccoli. So there's those 3. Those are already out. So are the onions. I've got 2 kinds of kale, a curled Scotch blue one, and then a dwarf Siberian. I'm not really sure how small the dwarf is going to be compared to the other, but we'll try. The squash aren't in yet, but I've got this really awesome looking bumpy, looking for the other one here. This one's going to be fun. I'm going to write the kids' names in this one, this pumpkin. It's supposed to be a really good pie one, and then this is like a traditional pie pumpkin as well. Let's see here. Melons. I've got those 2. This one is a European, looks kind of like a cantaloupe. It's supposed to be very sweet and good. And then the tam, and like a honeydew sort of a melon. So those 2 will probably go well together. I've also got a yellow watermelon. This one I'm just loving the idea of. It's supposed to be a color-coded watermelon where it grows green and then it turns yellow when it's ripe. I love that. That's perfect for me because, I'm terrible at knowing when things are ready to go and often let them sit too long. So that'll help me avoid that. My cucumbers this year are crystal apples. They're supposed to be a smaller one. And since we only use about, a third to a half of a cucumber at a time, that'll be about 1 of these if these grow well. So here's hoping for that. I'm planting those right by the swales outside. I had purple artichokes, and the only ones that came up died. So, I'm just thinking these probably won't do well here. I figured I would try them. Not so much, though. Let's see here. We've got Brussels sprouts. Long Island improved, it says. Those are coming up and doing pretty well. Eggplant. I've got more than these 2. It's a pepper. There's the other one. Okay. So those are the eggplants. We've got Black Champion, which is supposed to be a long, lean, kind of shaped like the diamond, but maybe skinnier. It's a Chinese variety. The Black Beauty is a more traditional, large budded variety, like an older looking one. And then this diamond eggplant looks a lot like the ones I tend to find in the store right now. So figured between the 3 of those, at least something would come up. Peppers. Okay, I'm just going to point this out. Look at the price in there. That is 20 cents for this thing of peppers. And these are coming up just as well as my expensive heirlooms that were, $1.75 for a bag. And there's more seeds in here than there are in here. This one, it says minimum 25 seeds. So 25 seeds for $1.75, which, really isn't terrible. But this one has at least double that. So I found these at Walmart. As much as I don't like them all the time, it's, not terrible. So those jalapenos, cool stuff. These are the tam. It's supposed to be a slightly less hot variety, so it says very mild jalapeno. Stupid thing doesn't want to cooperate here. But so we've got those, and then I've got an emerald giant bell. Bells don't get too big here, so I figured maybe a giant would get a little bit bigger. I don't know what happened to I had a California Wonder bell as well. That's a summer squash. Squash. There it is. Trying to keep my varieties together. California Wonderbell. This is just a crazy burpy variety, but I don't expect much to happen from. We got Solariac, because I'm new to the gardening game and I didn't want to even play with celery. Let's see here. These two are my garden berries. The huckleberries, Chicolette, or Chicolette, something like that. They are, it's an annual variety of huckleberry, and then the strawberry spinach is supposed to be something that like grows big and round at the bottom, and then it gets a big stalk that comes up out of it, and on the stalk there's little red strawberry looking berries, and the berries may not taste all that awesome, but the greens taste just like spinach, so you know, I figured why not. Tomatoes! We've got 5 kinds because I forgot that I had some. We've got Big Month, which all come ripe at the same time. It's supposed to be good for canning. Carbon purples are supposed to be very, very yummy, carbons especially. Lady Lucy is a red. Amish paste is a red, smaller one like a Roma. And then gold medal, I wanted to try striped. It's supposed to be gold and red together. So those are the 5 kinds that I purchased. Trying asparagus, they're coming up and doing the little fern thing, but I'm not sure. It says I'm supposed to keep them inside for the first year or something along those lines. I'll have to reread that. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage to do that, but, you know, I will try. We've got 2 of the same burpy zucchini, which, again, I don't expect much from, but then I also got a yellow crookneck bumpy looking squash from Baker Creek. And we've got an entire mess of herbs. Let's see, are these all herbs? Yeah, Echinacea, feverfew. Oh, here's the collards. This is the last of the... What are you? Collards and mustard greens. They're packaged very differently from each other. But I needed to reseed those outside, so they're kind of mixed in with the back. Then all of the rest of these are either medicinal or culinary herbs, except for the marigolds. I'm not sure which kind of marigolds these are going to end up looking like. They didn't have a picture on them, but whatever. We've got a Genovese basil, sweet marjoram, cumin, common thyme, oregano vulgari, summer savory, Russian tarragon, German chamomile. This is a Thai holy capreo, something like that, basil. And then the rest of these, I believe, are either for tea or other stuff. Toothache plant is one that you chew it, and it's supposed to actually cause numbing, like a numbing effect. You can also put it in cold compresses and put it on wounds to ease pain locally. Catnip is good for teas and for the kitties. Bee balm lemon makes a really good tea, and it's a one that attracts the bees to come out. Lavender, again with the tea and with the, you know, butterflies and the bees and all that. Hyssop blue is a medicinal one. Have to look up exactly what for. Fenugreek is another medicinal one, often used for milk production increase for breastfeeding mothers, but it's also really good for other things as well. Again, I'd have to look it up to tell you exactly. Feverfew, this one is another, it's like a small coneflower, I think. This is a medicinal one. Echinacea is a really good immune boosting one for, you know, making teas and just staying healthy. And then chives are obviously, well, I guess those are culinary. But, okay, so that's all that I've got here for just the planting inside ones. I'm gonna have to do a separate video to show you all of these over here, but it's peas and turnips and carrots and all that stuff. So, okay, bear with me here.